All right, welcome everybody back to my story. So I'm back on the road today. I finally made it to some of the locations that I was attempting to make it to yesterday, and on my way now to yet another historic little graveyard on the side of a major highway now. I think there's only a few graves there. I don't know how big the place would have been originally, if it's just a tiny little family graveyard or what exactly it is, but I thought it'd make a really interesting episode, so I'm gonna go and try and find that. I just got done exploring this place here, which is not only a historic graveyard, but also very historic to me in general, as it was one of the first places that I ever came to explore, and has a lot more history than just the graveyard, as you'll see in the video. So make sure you don't miss that episode. Hopefully everything goes as planned. The weather is looking absolutely amazing. It's incredibly windy, unfortunately, but thankfully with the wind protection on the G7X, we shouldn't have too much of an issue. So let's get out of here and try and find this other location. So as you can see, I'm parked just here on the side of the road for this location. Incredibly old and fascinating graveyard. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Very exciting. One of those locations that you're just glad that it's still made it all of these years. And it's actually lucky that there was construction today, or it might have actually made it a lot harder to park here. I wasn't sure how soft the grass would be. So the hardest part of this might actually be getting out. I almost wish I could just do a straight back up to the road. This could end up taking a while. I'm not seeing any real breaks in the traffic to let me get back out, and I actually need to go right up here and do a U-turn. So this is gonna be fun. Incredibly lucky. Alright, I got one more place mapped out, and then I'm gonna try and just wing it from there, but I'm not really incredibly sure what all's around here, so we'll just have to see what happens. Absolutely incredible place. Really glad I got to come out and get this one. Originally, when I planned to head out today, I didn't have this place on the list, but right before I left, I spotted it and I figured I'd give it a chance, and it really turned out quite nicely. Definitely some people out and about at the farms around here. Been hearing some strange hooting and hollering coming from people on the farm. Whatever they're doing, it sounds like they're having a lot of fun. But I'm gonna check on the maps real quick and see if maybe there's another location nearby here that I can get really quickly. Then I'll probably end up heading back to the command center and starting the editing work here. But very successful day so far. I've been really happy with what I've been able to get out here on the road, and some very, very unique locations once again, and stuff that a lot of us don't get to see on an everyday basis. So I really hope that you guys enjoy these upcoming episodes. There's a guy that just pulled around, definitely checking me out a little bit. Not sure if you can, yeah, there he goes. Didn't stay for too long, so that's okay. But I can understand again why they check, just to make sure that nobody's doing anything to harm the place. Well, it looks at this point like I'm in a little bit of a vacuum in terms of places that I've already mapped out. So I'm gonna just try and head in the general direction of the command center through some of these back roads and avoid the highways. And hopefully we'll be able to maybe find something on the way back. Otherwise, we'll call it a day and I'll head back and maybe we'll do some more work on the music side of things and start getting that prepared. But even if I can't find anything else, I've been incredibly satisfied with how today has went. And again, just the level of uniqueness at these locations is so great that I couldn't go home and not be happy with the progress that we've made. Someone was a little bit suspicious of either what I was holding in my hand or the fact that it was a camera in my hand, as he pretty much just stopped and acted like he was going to give me the right of way, even though I wasn't even to the stop sign yet, and took a really long moment just to sit and stare at me, but not easily intimidated. Yeah, he's waiting at the stop sign awful long. Maybe it was just for that van, but I don't think he would have really needed to wait for that van. Pretty sure he's just waiting on me. But as long as he doesn't continue to mess with me or follow me, I don't really care, so it's all good. There he goes. Oh, this is kind of neat. There's a stretch limo at this farmhouse up here. Not something you see on a everyday basis. That's very odd. A very large tractor. Let's go ahead and head this way. Once again, this battery is giving me lots of issues, so I think I'm gonna head back to the command center and go online and see if I can order some more batteries. I wanted to show you guys this. This is what it looks like crossing a state line when you're on the back roads. and which it doesn't tell you at all. So I will be crossing the Indiana-Ohio state line. However, no signs, no nothing, so you can see how easily it would be to get lost and not even know what state you're in places like this. And right now, half of this road that I'm in is in Ohio, and over here to the left, the direction I'm about to turn is actually Indiana. So now we have just entered the state of Indiana onto this tiny little gravel road. I don't know what this is right off here. It looks like almost like a racetrack. Suddenly we have hit pavement again, which is pretty much what happens out here in the country. Sometimes people actually pay to have their own roads paved out of their own budget. And I don't know that this is the case here, but it's just sort of random whether or not it'll be a gravel, a dirt, or a paved road. Which is what makes it so difficult to drive sometimes, and dangerous, because if you're going too fast and you all of a sudden hit gravel, you could spin out incredibly easy. Good at just entering into a small little town here, but definitely was going the right direction and got my bearings now, and should be back here relatively shortly, and then hopefully we'll be able to solve this battery issue once and for all. I might go ahead and just check on eBay to see if I can find a really good deal on like a multi-pack of these batteries. That way I am more than good, and then I can even get a few more SD cards. Well, my battery just died in that small little town, so I ended up switching back to the battery I was charging and putting my current battery into the car charger here, and had an interesting experience. There was a state police officer clocking people, and I looked up, and I wasn't actually speeding, so he didn't pull me over or anything, but I looked up and noticed that the next speed limit sign said end 30 miles per hour, and it's just one of my biggest pet peeves, because you don't really know what the speed limit is after that sign unless you were on the road before the town, which I was not, so I had no idea. And it kind of, I'm really hoping not. I'm not gonna judge the guy without knowing for sure, but I know sometimes in areas like that, it's really easy to clock people speeding, and yet they don't really even know what the speed limit on the road is, because the only sign there just says that the previous speed limit is now over. And a lot of these roads out here aren't actually marked. You can see more dogs. Thankfully, they're a little bit distracted. Definitely some younger German Shepherds. We're on another one of these recently graveled roads, so you can't go really incredibly fast. You can only go about 25, or your tires start to slide out underneath your car and you go one way or the other. lucky. Got out right away. It didn't even have to wait at all. Alright everybody, I just made it back to the command center and I'm going to start getting these videos from today edited and ready to go to you guys. We're going to make sure and start getting the Patreon supporters on the 539 credits as of Saturday. But I did want to give myself an extra day just to get everything started here and make sure that I got a video for you guys on Friday. So if you're a Patreon supporter, be looking for your names on the end of the 539 videos from here on out. And if you're not a Patreon supporter and you'd like to have your name at the end, make sure to check out the Patreon page. The link for that will be available in the description below. But I'd like to thank everybody for all of your support, to everybody who comments and watches on both of these channels. I never require any of you to pay anything for these videos. However, I can never thank you quite enough when you do. So I wanted to show you guys how much I love you all and how much I appreciate that support when you guys go above and beyond. And if you never subscribed here on this channel or on 539 Productions, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you get notified each and every time that a brand new video is out. So I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. I'll see you all tomorrow.